Good morning. I'm David Borg, a research fellow here at the Hopkins Centre, where I work on a longitudinal project that focuses on access and well-being after brain and spinal cord injury. The project, known as TRaCE, is driven by the need to monitor and track individuals as they move through a complex specialist rehabilitation system. Such monitoring is critical for allowing early intervention to target outcomes such as outcomes of psychological well-being. This includes depression, anxiety, and stress. Over the past 4 years, we've worked extensively to build a platform of data that integrates information from multiple sources on nearly 300 individuals across the brain and spinal injury populations, which has allowed us to build a complex picture of rehabilitation and begin to explore the factors and features that affect or interact with psychological well-being during a very critical time of recovery, which is the first 18 months after hospital discharge. Looking at symptoms of depression in the 18 months after discharge from spinal injury rehabilitation in the plot here, it really highlights the magnitude of the issue. So as shown in the figure, 63% or nearly 2 in 3 individuals experience symptoms that are considered mild or greater of depression at 12 months after hospital discharge. Usually these levels of symptoms would result in a change in the intensity of therapy required for the individual. What we really want to understand through TRaCE is who these individuals are and whether they can be identified and picked up early in the rehabilitation pathway so we can intervene. Some of our previous work using these same data, or using this data set in the brain injury cohort, we have found that financial hardship is associated with poor psychological outcomes, and that some service types, such as transitional rehabilitation, are associated with better outcomes of psychological function. More recently, our work has focused on the heterogeneous response in terms of outcomes, but also in the response to therapy, by using machine learning methods to identify individuals or subgroups of individuals who are at greatest risk of poor psychological well-being and other outcomes after discharge from hospital. In the longer term, we hope to make TRaCE, or a version of TRaCE, standard practice so that these outcomes are routinely collected and the data regularly integrated so that it can be used as an early warning system to identify those who are at risk of poorest outcomes, as well as focusing on how psychological well-being disrupts participation in life domains such as employment outcomes and integration back into the community. Thank you.